Show me the meaning. Oh, hi. How are you once again? Okay, here I am. Welcome to my channel, Learn English with Hanan. I hope you have enjoyed my first video, which was different ways of saying hello and goodbye. And I hope also that you have used some of the expressions in your daily life. So today is lesson number 2 in the series of Everyday English, which is 33 ways of saying how are you. Yes, there are many ways to say how are you. Okay, so how are you is number 1, of course. We've learned it in textbooks. The first time we started learning English, the first question to ask how someone is how are you? How are you? So how are you? It's a typical question to ask how someone is. I'm sorry. To ask how someone is, and it's very informal. Informal, as I said in my first video, we use it just with close friends, someone who is the same age as you, or with our family members. So you ask them, how are you? So this is number 1. Number 2, how's it going? How's it going? Okay, this is the right pronunciation. We should not say how's it going. No, it doesn't work like this. We say how's it going? How's it going? Okay, so how's it going? It's an informal way of saying how are you? Okay, we use how's it going just in general in our life. Okay, we use it with someone we know. Okay, with someone you know. Okay, and you are interested to know what is happening in his or her life, or in their life. Okay, number 3, how's everything, or how are things? How's everything? How are things? This is also an informal way to ask how someone is. Okay, but in this situation, you know this person, but you don't know many things about him or her or them. Okay, you just know a little, so you are curious to know what is happening in his or in her life. Okay, how have you been, or how have you been doing? Okay, both of them are correct. Either you say how have you been, or how have you been doing? Okay, this expression also is informal. Okay, to ask how someone is, but in this situation you haven't met this person from a very long time. So you ask this question because you need to update one another on your life event. Okay, so the expression number 5 is what's been going on. What's been going on? We say what's been going on. Okay, it's similar to how have you been. You ask this question to someone you know better, to know what's going on in his or her life. Number 6 is what's up. Okay, let me tell you a fun fact about this expression. We all have the app WhatsApp. Okay, so the founders of the app WhatsApp named it to this expression to sound popular, because people are when you use this expression with someone who is close to you, say, hey, what's up? Okay, so people will use this app more and more and more. Okay? So you just feel free to use this expression among family members or friends. Okay. Number 7. How are you holding up? As you can see, I'm saying these expressions slowly just to hear them properly. Okay? How are you holding up? Okay, this expression or this question, we use it when we speak with someone who has been through difficult times. Difficult times, maybe this person, one of his family members, passed away. I mean, died. Okay? So we just want to know how's life with him, how's his situation after losing either his mom, his dad, or even his friend. We can use it also when we speak with someone who lost his job, who lost his money in a business. So we just ask about his situation. How are you holding up? Okay? Number 9. How's life? How's life? Okay? How's life? It's the same thing like how's everything? How are things? Okay? So this is a general question you ask someone about their life. Okay? So number 10 is how are you doing? Okay? I repeat, how are you doing? Okay. You wouldn't say this to your boss or to a person you have just met. Okay? So let me explain something very important with this expression. So, depending on your intonation, okay? Intonation is the way we speak, okay? The way that we are explaining our emotions. Either we are sad or we are happy, we are upset, etc. So, when we ask this question, we should pay attention to our intonation. For example, when you see a person after a long time, hey, how are you doing? Okay? Or like Joey in Friends, hey, how are you doing? You know, friends? Okay? Or when we sympathy with a person who has had such loss. How are you doing? How are you doing? Okay? So, did you notice the difference between the first, how are you doing? Or, how are you doing? Or, how are you doing? Okay? So, this is very, very important to clarify your emotion by your way of speaking. Number 11. It's, are you well? Are you well? Okay? So, are you well? It's a formal way of saying, how are you? Are you well? It doesn't invite a long answer. Okay? Just you can say, yes, or yes, I'm fine. Okay? I'm very well. Thanks. Just in one case, this person is so close to you, so you can say something about your situation. Number 12. How are you keeping? How are you keeping? Okay, so this is more British than American. And I think people nowadays, they stop using this expression because it's old-fashioned, okay? But I don't know, maybe if you visit Britain, you can still find people who use this expression, okay? Number 13 is, all right, all right, all right. Okay, so this is an informal way to ask someone you know very, very well, okay, how they are. Okay, so in this situation, you can use short answer or long answer. Both of them are possible with this question. Number 14 is how do you do? How do you do? I know that many people of you here know this question, and it's traditionally people in Britain use this question, okay, after wishing you good day. So they can reply by saying, hey, how do you do? They can say, how do you do as well, okay? So this is more popular in Britain than the other English speaking countries. Okay, so number 15 is how have you been getting on? How have you been getting on? So we use this question if someone been very ill, okay, or had a death in the family. So we have to choose the question that we're going to use properly according to the situation that we are in. So we use this question with someone who's new to something, okay? Or someone who just moved to the area, okay? Just moved to the area. He's not from this city, okay? He just moved to this city. He's from another city, okay? For example, let me give you some example. He's from Paris, okay? He moved to another city in another country, for example, London. Okay, with someone who started a new job, okay? We ask him, how are you getting on? Which means, how do you find this job? Is it difficult? Is it easy for you? Etc. Or we use it with someone who is in the middle of a tough project. What do we mean by that? For example, when we study, we have many school projects, okay? So we have to do some research, we have to prepare, okay? So when we start, we are preparing our project. We are in the middle of this project, and one of the people asks us, for example, our family member, especially your father or your mother, how are you getting on? Is it difficult for you, this project? Is it easy? Do you need any help? Etc. So this is how have you been getting on? Okay, number 16, what are you heading? Okay, whenever we hear this verb heading, it's we are talking about a direction, okay, or a destination, especially when we talk about a direction. For example, when we say, what are you heading? It means, what are you planning to do? Okay, what are you planning to do? What's your destination? What's your direction? For example, after you finish your studies, what do you want to do? Do you want to look for a job, or do you want to have more studies? Okay, etc. Number 17, what are you up to? What are you up to? This one is very popular in Britain. They use it so much. What are you up to? So instead of saying, what are you doing? They say, what are you up to? Okay, this is a very good question. I like to use it personally. Instead of saying, what are you doing? I just say, what are you up to? Okay, number 18. Is there anything concerning you? Or, how's trolling? Is there anything concerning you? Or, how's trolling? This is a very informal way to ask how someone is, or how's everything with you, in another word. Okay, how's everything with you, which means this person is interested in your details. He wants to know everything about you. Okay, number 19. What's good in the hood? What's good in the hood? This question, we can notice that two best friends use it. Hey, for example, hey Joey, what's good in the hood? And the other will reply, hey, how's it going? So, how's it going? It's another way also to say hi or hello. Okay, so we can use it as a greeting and as a question of how are you. So this is more friendly way to ask how someone is. What's good in the hood, especially with friends. Okay, number 20. What's sizzling? What's sizzling? Okay, so this is an informal way of how are you, which means what's happening recently. Okay, not in general, but recently, just in these days, what's happening in your life. Okay, so this is also very popular. What's sizzling? Okay, 21. What was the highlight of your day so far? What was the highlight of your day so far? I know this question is too long, okay, but it's a good question to ask someone about what's the best part of your day, or what's the best moment that happened in your day till now. Okay, for example, you've met someone, you haven't seen him from a very long time, you succeeded in your result, you've got a promotion, you've got money. Okay, so what was the highlight of your day so far? The highlight, I mean the best part of your day. Number 22. What have you been doing since we last talked? What have you been doing since we last talked? This is also, it's a too long question to ask. It means, what did you do after the last time we met each other? Because from that time, I didn't know anything about you, or what are you doing in your life. So I want to know what happened exactly. This question, we use it just with someone who is so close to us. We cannot ask someone that we've just met, or our boss, or our professor, or anyone else this question if he wasn't so close to us. So we ask about him. What have you been doing since we last talked? Okay, now let's move to number 23. How's every little thing in your life? How's every little thing in your life? Okay, which means, how are things with you? Okay, so this is also, we use it when we are so close to this person, so we want to know everything about him and what is he doing in his life. Number 24. This is a slang. A slang, it means that an expression that is very popular in a certain country. So number 24 is, what's shaking? What's shaking? Okay, it's the same thing as what's going on, what's up, okay, what's happening, okay. But this is so cool, okay, especially with the younger generation, okay, people of 12 years old, 13, 14, 15, 16 till 20, or after 20, they use this expression because it's so cool, okay. What's shaking? What's shaking? Okay. Number 25 is, how do you fare, or how are you faring, okay. This expression exists, but it's not very popular, okay. Some people they use it, some people they do not use it, okay. But some people they like to use this kind of expressions which are not very popular, just to look special, okay. So how do you fare, or how are you faring, is another way of how do you do, okay. How do you do, okay. But you have to know that this expression or this question is not very popular in USA, okay. Maybe it's popular in Britain or in other English speaking countries, but it's not popular in USA, okay. So how do you fare is another way of asking how are you doing, or how do you do, okay. Is it clear now? Number 26. What's up with the flow? What's up with the flow? Okay, this is also a very cool question to ask. How are you? What's up with the flow? Which means, how are things, or anything new? Okay, do you want to tell me something new happened in your life? Okay, I don't know. So you ask, what's up with the flow? What's up with the flow? Number 27. How's everything coming together? How's everything coming together? Okay, it means, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? Or how are you doing? Okay. Number 29. This is so cool, okay. What's the last buzz in your world? What's the last buzz in your world? Okay, it's the same thing like what's new, or how are things. What's the last thing, or the last important thing that happened in your life? And as I said before, we ask this question just to someone who is so close to us, okay. So number 30 is, how's life treating you? How's life treating you? Okay, this is an informal question of how are you, which means, how is everything in your life? Okay, this is a very good question actually. How's life treating you? Which means, how's life with you? Is it good? Is it not that good? Is it bad? What happened? How are things? Your situation is good. I want to know many things about you. Number 31. What's going on? What's going on? Which means, what is happening? So instead of saying what's going on, we say what is happening. Okay? Number 32. Anything interesting happening in your life lately? Anything interesting happening in your life lately? Okay, this is a long question, but it's the same thing as the other expressions like how have you been doing, or when we stop talking to someone for a long time and we want to know what happened in his life or her life. So we ask this kind of a question. The last expression in this lesson, which is number 33, what have you been up lately? What have you been up lately? Which means what a person has been doing within a period of time. For example, you ask your friend in general, okay, in the period of the last month or the last 2 months, what did you do? Okay, is there anything new in your life? Did you get a new job? Did you meet someone? Or did you travel to another city? Etc. For someone who wants an update. Okay, guys, so that's all what we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I hope that you're going to use the other expressions, and don't hesitate to tell me which expression you're going to use instead of how are you, okay, in your comments below. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, okay, and if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next video.